Alright, welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 569. We are here discussing episodes 28 to 30 of Kiramager. Now, in the case of these three episodes, basically in a way, not basically having to find like uh this particular stone known as Embark, and he gains back emotions. Stick basically had to deceive him in order to get back to emotions, and because of course he was basically grieving with the king's death, and then eventually they find a way to go to another dimension, which is basically kind of like a holy land, which looks a lot like the regular city they have, except it's a mixture of humans and crystal people. And also that Jimmer who's given a key to unlock a door. Yes, to unlock a door. And of course, basically the four rangers get the doors wrong, so they're not fighting dark versions of themselves. And they can't transform. Sadly put, they can't exactly beat them. You're like, really? They can't beat them? Yeah, they cannot beat them. And you're like, thinking, why can't they? Well, I actually have no idea why. It just they can't. So then, of course, that Jiro decides simply just take his little draw thing, draw a keyhole, unlock door, find the king, bring him out. Apparently this is his soul, and apparently his actual body is held by the Yodam in this stone thing, like it's out of Star Wars. So the soul is transferred to the actual stone, which lost its shine. Apparently got his shine back, and now King Orc has merged his thing. So yeah, officially become a Zord, and then they make him a little mech, and of course he has to go back. And next episode they want to communicate him, but can't because basically he's a king, and they're not exactly of nobility, kind of. Though, in the case of the owner of Cart, basically he modifies the Go Air. Of course, Takemichi thinks he wants to become the 7th Kiramager. Not really, that was all illusion. So, I was supporting. Apparently, he just is basically there for support. He's always been there for support, and the fact that it's even shown a flashback that when Takemichi was taking out planet, he gave the king a bunch of gifts. He gave him basically like, I think it was like gave the queen like chocolate because women like chocolate, some his favorite manga, hard candy. Something the king very appreciates about it, and the fact that he promised he'd be always there to support him, which he kept the promise and modified the Go Arrow to communicate with him so they can send whenever they need to. And there's a brief scene where basically the other card briefly talks to the king in present day. First, these two have talked since flashback, and the king briefly talks to his wonderful daughter. After, of course, be the Monster episode. The Monster episode is basically a mannequin. Yeah, and this is also the first episode of the series where Sentai does not transform Pikachu and the mannequin. I thought the mannequin monster was quite interesting, but these episodes were quite cool. I enjoyed these ones. I thought these were fantastic. And sadly put, now we're officially on break from Kiramager. Yep, so now for 01, now Kiramager. One more Toku series to finish this episodes 4, and that's going to break, and then I can finally watch some brand new anime that I'm really anticipating watching. But first, back to Blue Swine. Which next video, okay? See you. Bye.